If you want to support Slope's Game Room, then please click the links that you see in the top comments. Welcome to Quickshot, the bite-sized video game fact show for you to watch whilst you wait for the kettle to boil. And today I'm going to be talking about Capcom, a company that for whatever reason I haven't shut up about recently. And you know what? I say fair play because they are a mammoth company that are literally one of the most important gaming giants ever. I mean, come on. Street Fighter, Mega Man, Strider. Heck, there is literally so much history here that you can pretty much guarantee that I will eventually want to cover almost everything worthwhile brought out by the company on this channel. Maybe. See, I've stated before that collecting information on companies like these for history pieces can be kind of tricky. But that just got a whole lot easier and a mega load cooler because of Capcom's secret files. In short, Capcom's secret files are a selection of 26 magazines, I suppose, designed for the hardcore fan of particular Capcom video games. 10 or so pages of content about your favourite games that include original blown up artwork, concept art, interviews, and even some new age artwork too. If anybody out there follows me on social media, wink wink nudge nudge, you'll know I'm an absolute sucker for Japanese box art for pretty much any console. I don't care that I can't read it, I just like the way it looks. I can't get enough of this stuff. And heck, since discovering these absolute gems of video game history, I even downloaded Google Lens on my phone so I can translate them. And heck, I've even found out some quality information for my very next complete history. The more I look into these things, the more I thought that more companies should do it. Who here wouldn't drop a couple of quid for a new 10-page comic or pamphlet about a game from one of your favourite gaming companies? And the funny thing is, these bad boys weren't actually ever sold originally, from what I can tell, but instead given away with magazines at the time. And although I really would have liked for those 26 to be all about different games, like they started off with issue 1 being based on 19XX, The War Against Destiny, and issue 2 being based on Dungeons & Dragons, Shadow over Mysteria, sadly almost all of them became Street Fighter related. I mean, yeah, I see why, and if they continued making them, then I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But out of those original 26, like I said, you've got 19XX and Dungeons & Dragons as already stated, but also Street Fighter 02, Super Puzzle Fighter 2, Rockman 2, Star Gladiator, Quiz Nanaro Dreams, Red Earth, Street Fighter X1, Street Fighter 3, New Generation, Battle Circuit, Vampire Savior, Marvel Superheroes vs Street Fighter, X-Men vs Street Fighter, Pocket Fighter, Street Fighter 3, Second Impact, Justice High, Marvel vs Capcom, Star Gladiator 2, Street Fighter X2, Street Fighter 03, Kakao, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Power Stone, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and Strider Hear You. Now, as I went through all of these, you no doubt noticed the crazy artwork found on the front. As a Westerner, a lot of these went over my head, but most didn't. You see, not only are these mini sort of comics full of information about games you may or may not know about, but they're also each themed after really random things. You see that Quiz Nanaro Dreams game, Capcom's dating sim? Well, that's presented like a teenage girl's magazine. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is set to look like a diary with the insides looking like a travel book. Power Stone is supposed to look like a lollipop, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact looks like a King Kong poster, and probably best of all, it's the Strider cover, which actually looks like the outside of a Lego box. Seriously, as a collector, I am much more likely to pick up stuff like this for my collection than several of the games available that they speak about. But hey, that's just me. Capcom sadly stopped releasing these back in 1999 and only ever brought it back a couple of times with releases of such games like Tatsunoko vs Capcom, which sadly shows characters and stages from the world of Phoenix Wright and Ghosts and Goblins that were intended for that final game, but they just never made it. But hey, all is not lost because we got these bite-sized history pamphlets about one of the greatest gaming companies ever to exist. And like I said, best of all, these things were free. Although they're not anymore. God damn, what a douchebag.